Melissa Peterman. This Friday, you can catch a fresh episode of Reba on the WB.
It suggested kinds of different analogies.
That's not racist, Mr.
Sparks fly at a school board meeting. The controversial Holocaust comment that's got one group demanding a resignation. A dolphin fights for life on a North County beach. The rescue operation. Magma's moving under Mount St. Helens. Scientists are talking eruption. How big it could be. Plus, spinning out of control in space. The move that saved the mission. San Diego's WB News at 10 starts right now.
All the news, just 30 minutes. This is WB News at 10.
Apologize or resign. That ultimatum tonight for school board member Francis Zimmerman. Good evening, I'm Jeff Powers.
And I'm Linda Martin. Zimmerman compared a school board vote last night to conditions in Nazi Germany. Now the Anti-Defamation League wants swift action. WB News at 10's Dave Carlin is live in University Heights with what Zimmerman is saying tonight. Dave.
Linda, Zimmerman is known as strong-willed, for saying what's on her mind, for meaning what she says, and tonight she is not backing down.
I'm going to use an analogy that you may not like.
With that, Francis Zimmerman brings Nazi Germany into a discussion about San Diego's underperforming schools.
They were Jews who worked for the Nazis, and they shepherded their own people onto the trains. And that is what we're being asked to do here.
The comment goes down precisely as she predicted.
I suggested kinds of different analogies.
That's not racist, Mr. Ottinger.
Talking about it, taking these schools and complying with federal law as tantamount to shepherding people to their death in gas chambers? My God.
The Anti-Defamation League says Zimmerman's comments minimize what happened in the Holocaust. This letter to Zimmerman reads, quote, "You must either publicly and unequivocally retract the comments you have made, or you must resign. We await your response." Zimmerman's response, "I have not been informed of any comment by the Anti-Defamation League. I do not intend to apologize, nor do I intend to step down."
I thought it was a comment that was inappropriate, maybe over the top.
But Robin Whitlow of the Education Association hopes the public will look at the backstory that led to Zimmerman's Nazi analogy. The vote that made Zimmerman so emotional was to help 9 underperforming schools by letting outside groups take them over to help turn them around. Zimmerman and the teachers union call the outsourcing solution bad, unnecessary, and insulting.
Allen and the 3-vote majority have turned their backs on the underprivileged, economically challenged students in our school district, and it's an outrage.
As for Zimmerman, her days on this board are numbered anyway because she only has 3 more meetings to go. Her term's up, and she's not running for re-election. Linda?
Thanks, Dave.
A bittersweet announcement for all San Diego city employees. The mayor wants a 2-year salary freeze. He says the cutbacks will help solve the underfunded pension system. WB News at 10's Adriana Alcaraz is here with more on the plan. Adriana?
Jeff, the mayor says this move could pump $60 to $80 million a year into the pension fund, which is more than $1 billion in the red right now. But his announcement today caught a lot of people by surprise, including most city employees and the city's 4 employee labor unions.
By lunchtime, the word was out, and it was becoming the buzz at City Hall. A 2-year salary freeze for everyone, more than 11,000 employees. Mayor Dick Murphy's plan to save money.
Something's got to give, and I think this is probably the fairest way to do it. The alternative, point out, it could very well be layoffs of employees.
Most employees weren't surprised. Tom Dietz has been with the city for 15 years.
We realize the city's in trouble and they have to do some things. It's going to be a struggle for us. It's continually, as things go up, my wife keeps coming back saying, this is costing more, that's costing more, and I'm not making more.
The mayor is also asking the city's 4 labor unions to go along with the cutbacks and enter into early negotiations.
Contract negotiations are not that simple. You sit down and you talk about a variety of issues.
Bill Farah, president of the San Diego Police Officers Association, is questioning the timing.
What this is a grandstanding, as far as I'm concerned, by the mayor less than 5 weeks before the election to try and get votes. This is not the way you approach the labor groups and ask them if they want to open contract negotiations.
Everything that you do as a mayor when you're running for re-election, can be perceived as political. But I can't stop doing good government things because it will be perceived as political.
And Bill Farah says he is not opposed to early negotiations. If everything goes the mayor's way, the 2-year salary freeze will take effect July 1st of next year.
Adriana, thank you. When That's the slogan Ralph Nader and his vice presidential candidate Peter Camejo will use for the upcoming election. Camejo was in San Diego today announcing his write-in campaign. Nader was not able to get enough signatures to make it onto the California ballot, and Camejo made it very clear that Democrats and Republicans are to blame for Nader not being in tomorrow's presidential debate.
The Nader campaign in this election represents the point of view of the overwhelming majority in the world, which, as everybody knows, is opposed to the U.S. occupation. And that point of view should be heard.
Camejo spent some time speaking with students at UCSD.
3 men who served a combined 50 years in prison for crimes they did not commit tell their stories tonight. The California Innocence Project hosted the event at the California Western School of Law. These exonerated men told their stories of wrongful conviction. San Diegan Kenneth Marsh was in prison 21 years for murder, a crime he didn't commit. He was freed in August. Ray Crone was on death row for murder. DNA evidence cleared him after he served 10 years.
What do you mean I'm going to be found guilty? She got her hand up, she got me stopped. She said, listen, I'm going to tell you something. I don't take that tone of voice from the judge. I don't take it from the prosecutor. I'm certainly not going to take it from you. She packed up her little girly briefcase and she was gone. I never seen her again.
The work of professors and students in the Innocence Project led to the release of the 3 men this year.
Several sheriff's deputies got promotions and awards today for their brave work in the field. One recipient, Sheriff's Detective Vic Coloca, was recognized for his work on the Stephanie Crow murder case. But he says he is not the hero here.
You know, I'm receiving a medal today for the Stephanie Crow case, but I'm no hero, obviously. But if there is a hero, I want people to know that the real hero in this case is Mrs. Crow, Stephanie's mother, because she was the one that pushed me and pushed everyone else.
Sheriff Bill Collender promoted 7 deputies to the rank of sergeant and presented the Medal of Valor to 6 deputies from the Vista Station.
A Red Cross volunteer from San Diego was called a hero for helping to save a baby's life in a hurricane-ravaged area. Robert Brown is working as an emergency medical technician in Alabama. About a week ago, he came across a 4-month-old boy in a shelter who looked ill. He took the boy to the hospital. Turns out the baby had spinal meningitis.
But by the speculations of the doctors and nurses, the consensus was that the child wouldn't have seeked urgent care like he did, that the chances are very good that he wouldn't be with us today.
Brown says it's all part of the job, the reason he volunteers. The 22-year-old is one of about 3 dozen San Diego area volunteers. He will stay and help victims of Hurricane Ivan until the end of October. Beachgoers tried to save a dolphin beached in North County today.
The 4-foot-long mammal washed ashore on Carlsbad State Beach. It flopped in the sand for a few minutes before being pushed back into the surf. But a short time later, it beached itself again. SeaWorld workers rushed to the scene loading the alien dolphin onto the truck and took it away. They say it is in guarded condition tonight. For the 2nd year in a row, La Jolla tops the list of the most expensive relocation markets in the country. The average price of a 4-bedroom home in La Jolla, $1.7 million. That's up 25% from last year. Also making the list, Beverly Hills comes in 2nd, Santa Barbara and Palo Alto.
The opening of State Route 56 was supposed to alleviate traffic congestion. It has done the opposite. The highway opened in July. It connects Interstate 5 and 15 through Carmel Valley. Today at a City Council session, Caltrans staff and City Councilman Scott Peters reviewed some interim measures to try and reduce traffic in the area.
We've got a list now of things that we're going to do. We're going to make sure that Caltrans and the city follow through on them. We're going to put them on a schedule, and we're going to make sure we follow through to make sure that this highway is completed and it works as it's intended to.
Caltrans officials say one modification will be coming this December to the westbound 56 northbound I-5 connector.
Since October, many steps have been taken to prevent a massive firestorm. Today, emergency officials met to talk about measures taken to improve fire and disaster preparedness. Sheriff Bill Collender says 2 new department helicopters will be in service by spring, and San Diegans can get updated fire information faster on a new website and phone hotline.
Violence on the beach, the investigation into this tourist attack.
Martha Stewart's heading to Camp Cupcake, where the prison is located.
Plus, the scare during this spaceship test flight.
We're winding up September on the cool side, but things should start to warm up for the first days of October. I'll tell you why in the forecast. More news in about a minute.
Honored with 4 awards for excellence in journalism. You're watching WB News at 10.
Every fashion statement ends with an exclamation point. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries.
You might need 2 chairs. You might need an entire room. Either way, it's a win-win situation during Pick a Pair, Pick a Room. Going on now at Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries.
San Diego's WB News at 10, celebrating more than 50,000 stories, over 1,800 newscasts, more than 80 awards for outstanding journalism, including 4 for Best Newscast. WB News at 10 celebrates 5 years with one goal in mind, delivering the best newscast in San Diego. WB News at 10, all the news, just 30 minutes. Live from KSWB Studios, Linda Martin, Jeff Powers, meteorologist Emmett Russell, and Troy Hirsch Sports. This is WB News at 10.
Video of Brazilian teens mugging tourists on the beach sparks an investigation.
The video was filmed on the world-famous Sandy Leblon Beach. A group of about 30 teens attacked sunbathers in 4 separate incidents. The video shows police standing by doing nothing. Officials are now questioning city security. The touristy area of Rio is normally considered safe compared to other areas of the city.
Camp Cupcake it is. Martha Stewart will be doing her time in a federal prison in West Virginia with that nickname. She says she is glad she'll be able to serve her 5-month prison term so soon, although this was not the prison she'd requested. She wanted to go to prisons in either Connecticut or Florida. Stewart was convicted on charges of lying about a stock sale. She'll report there by October 8th. A Colorado judge clears the way for the release of evidence in the Kobe Bryant case. The court also formally accepted the withdrawal of the NBA star's request to seal all court filings. Sexual assault charges against Bryant were dropped September 1st at the request of the accuser. Bryant still faces a civil suit.
In tonight's Watchdog Wednesday report, watch out for fake Viagra. Half the stuff sold on the internet is fake. A study by doctors in London found that 50% of the pills were not real. They arrived from countries including Malta, Thailand, and India. The scientists analyzed samples sold on the web and found some of the little blue pills had different components than Viagra. They don't know if they're actually harmful, but at the very least, they probably don't work.
Did I plan the role? Well, I'd like to say I did, but I didn't.
Tumbling in space, how the pilot saved the mission.
The magma is moving. An American volcano comes alive. How big the eruption is expected to be.
And more damage from Gene, where the storm's headed next. Plus the local forecast when we come back.
On average, your newborn will sleep 16 to 20 hours a day. In a crib, in a car seat, in a stroller, in your arms. You take care of her. We'll take care of the rest. USA Baby. Welcome home. And for a short time only, we've even taken care of the sale. Save during our once-a-trimester sale on cribs, car seats, strollers, and more. Hurry in. Sale ends soon.
It's time for the Jeep 96-hour event, when qualified buyers make no monthly payments till 2005 on our great Jeep vehicles. Choose between Wrangler, Liberty, and Grand Cherokee. All 3 come with our 770 powertrain limited warranty, and now 0+. Choose Grand Cherokee and get 0% financing plus $1,500 bonus cash for a total savings of up to $7,400. Hurry, no monthly payments till 2005 and September 30th, only at your Jeep dealer.
Who are you? I'm a 0. You know, 0% rate for 72 months. Why are you in a cage? Oh, I'm a locked-in rate.
From September 28th through the 30th, you've got 72 hours to get locked into 0% financing for 72 months for qualified buyers. That's 0% interest for 6 whole years. It's a great way to lower your payments on every 2004 Chevy, but hurry. The 72-hour sale ends September 30th.
Shouldn't there be a percentage sign? He's on break.
Another earthquake hit Central California today. The 5.0 quake shook Arvin near Bakersfield yesterday. A 6.0 quake hit Parkfield. While examining the damage from yesterday's quake, a strong aftershock rattled this home. Hundreds of aftershocks have jolted the area in the last 24 hours. There were no injuries from either quake. Mount St. Helens could erupt within days. Scientists say the lava dome has moved 1.5 inches overnight. Earthquake activity has been building for nearly a week at the volcano. Today, there's activity every minute. Officials expect explosions within the next few days, but they don't anticipate a huge eruption like the one in 1980 that killed 57 people.
What we're still anticipating is something in the range of an explosion, small to moderate explosion, that could affect the crater floors, the flanks of the volcanoes, and perhaps up to a couple of kilometers outwards from the volcano.
Mount St. Helens has been an active volcano for about 40,000 years.
Another step today for the privatization of space travel, although this step was not as solid as the first back in June. This morning, the designers of Spaceship One had their hearts in their throats as they watched their multi-million-dollar rocket plane literally tumble into space.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
End over end, Spaceship One rolls across the sky, flipping more than 40 times, 64 miles above Earth. Amazingly, pilot Mike Melville shut off his engines, righted his ship, and proceeded into space.
Did I plan the role? Well, I'd like to say I did, but I didn't.
The last time Melville flew into the history books with the first private space flight, he treated us to M&Ms floating in zero gravity. Today it was those rolls, which he felt just fine with.
There were no problems at all today. This was a near perfect flight as far as I could see. From my point of view, it was a perfect flight.
Eventful, for sure. And all those involved in the project were relieved with a routine landing.
Thank you, Mike, for making our dreams come true today.
Microsoft billionaire Paul Allen funded Spaceship One. For his group to get the $10 million prize, they have to make a return flight within the week. They hope to make that return trip on Monday.
Wow. As far as the ship tumbling, the problem is now being analyzed by the ship's builders, who will determine if the craft can fly again on Monday. Meantime, the 2004 Space Conference is this week at the San Diego Convention Center. Today, the head of NASA's Mars rover team said a pair of rovers continue to transmit pictures from the red planet. Scientists are looking for evidence of life.
They set out to walk the entire west coastline from Washington State to Mexico. Nate Olive and Sarah Janes left June 8th, and yesterday they finished their 1,800-mile trek.
We've been into long-distance hiking for a while, and we discovered that the possibility of hiking the coast was there, so we thought, why not give it a shot?
There's no better way to see the country than to walk.
I guess so. The couple walked about 15 to 20 miles a day. Pop star Jessica Simpson and her singer husband Nick Lachey may be on the verge of splitting up. The New York Post reports Lachey wants a break. Insiders say he is fed up living in Simpson's shadow and thinks her parents don't respect him. The young stars married 2 years ago and were thrust even further into the limelight with their MTV reality show.
Needs a break.
Yeah, I guess that'll
Didn't last very long.
Long enough, a couple seasons for the show. I guess that'll be coming to an end as well, though, if it pans out that way.
It'd be kind of hard to have cameras in your house, I think.
Yeah, I sure couldn't handle it. We've had some pretty unusual weather here in California. Actually, out on the West Coast, we were talking about the volcano, then we had the earthquakes in Central California. Fortunately, here in Southern California, it's been relatively quiet. We do have a few clouds out there. Our temperature is 67 degrees. It was a little cool today. Our relative humidity at 66%, and our temperatures dropped considerably all throughout the county as that trough of low pressure moved on through. Our high in Del Mar today, one of the warmer spots actually out by the coast, 77 degrees, only 71 in Miramar. And check out Julian, the high today, 58 degrees, and lows expected to drop down into the 40s tonight. Really starting to feel like fall up in our local mountains. All due to this trough of low pressure. The low pressure has started to shift to the east into Nevada. We got some showers along the Sierra Nevada earlier today. Those are also starting to die down. This trough will stick around, though, for the next couple of days. That's going to mean we're going to see the clouds and the fog in the morning and those cooler temperatures in the afternoon. A little bit of sunshine late in the day, but we'll still be running unseasonably cool through Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday, high pressure will move back in and we'll start to warm up once again. This is out on the East Coast. Yeah, the waters have receded, but as you can see, they have fish right in the middle of the roadway. Also flooded basements and lots of damage in Virginia. Now the hard part, cleaning up and in some cases starting over once again. Fortunately, tonight the rains are starting to taper off and they are moving off into the Atlantic. We're just seeing partly cloudy skies along the eastern seaboard. The wet weather now is right around southern New Mexico. We're also seeing some light showers up through the Colorado Rockies and moving up into Montana and over into Idaho, but not a lot of active weather right here in the U.S. tonight, and it looks like it's going to be relatively quiet for tomorrow, with the exception of the possibility of some thunderstorms moving in and along the line through the Dakotas down into southern Minnesota. But the East Coast looking pretty good by this time tomorrow night. Just some light showers off the coast of the Carolinas. Back here in San Diego for tomorrow, temperatures out on the coast will be in the low 70s. Again, we'll have partly cloudy skies in the morning and then a little bit of clearing in the afternoon, and maybe the possibility of a touch of drizzle in the morning hours as well. Inland valleys will be in the low 70s up in our local mountains. Watch out for dense fog along the coastal slopes once again. Out in our deserts, though, we'll have lots of sunshine and very nice temperatures in the upper 80s. Surf, unfortunately, wasn't very nice today. Let's take a look at what's in store for us tomorrow. What little increase we had in our swell today was lost in the chop created by strong onshore winds. Tomorrow, the same southern hemiswell should bump up our surf to shoulder high at best breaks, but wind will still be an issue. With the coastal eddy spinning offshore, you'll be hard-pressed to find any glass all day. At least the water temps are a little bit warmer. A little bit. 67 degrees. That's warmer than that 64 we had a couple of days ago. We'll take those few degrees. They make a lot of difference.
Up and down, up and down.
It's fall, yeah. You get that warm water, then the upwelling, then the cold water, and then
you got to watch out for the southern hemiswells.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, Evan.
Sure.
With their playoff hopes hanging by a thread, the Padres take this must-win game down to the wire.
Milton Bradley's temper tantrum and the punishment for throwing the bottle into the stands. That's next.
WB News at 10 weather, sponsored by John Hine Pontiac Mazda Dodge.
If you've been seriously injured in any kind of accident, a lawyer will work to get you money. Call the Injury Helpline and speak to a lawyer in your area for free. Your lawyer gets paid only if you collect money. The law limits the time you have to file your claim, so call the Injury Helpline now. Call 1-800-848-7001. That's 1-800-848-7001. Your time may be running out. Your lawyer will help you get the money you deserve.
When I grow up, I'm going to go for a Grand Slam.
Whatever your goal, the pros at the Golf Mart can help you get there. Whether you're a beginner or low handicap golfer, the Golf Mart carries the largest selection of top brands at guaranteed low prices. Everything we sell comes with our exclusive 90-day satisfaction guarantee. We are San Diego's Golf Superstore. The Golf Mart, with 4 locations to serve you: Mission Valley, Encinitas, Del Mar, and San Marcos. After all, every goal is achievable with the right equipment. The Golf Mart.
Our family-run restaurant is doing okay. Well enough to provide benefits for our workers. But Prop 72 could cost me over $100,000 a year. I'm going to have to raise prices or lay off workers. Maybe both. We've got a good private health plan, but Prop 72 could force us into a government-run plan. And who knows what those bureaucrats will come up with.
Prop 72 kills jobs and could force people out of health plans they want. No on 72.
I was working on my second slice when I saw a damsel in distress. Either she'd seen a ghost or it was heartburn. She needed something fast. So I offered her a Pepsid Complete. She bit. Only Pepsid Complete has 2 active ingredients. The first starts to neutralize acid on contact. The second keeps heartburn from coming back all day or all night. I shared my Pepsid and she shared her cannoli. Pepsid Complete. Just one and heartburn's done.
The real-world testing we do here at Honda's Safety Research Center enables us to design products that provide exceptional protection for drivers, passengers, and pedestrians. Because what we learn in here makes a difference out there.
Now, WB News at 10 Sports.
Oh, the Padres needed life support, but they stayed alive in the playoff race by beating the San Francisco Giants tonight at Petco Park. And you know what? The fun ain't over just yet. The Padres refused to go away. They rallied from 2 down on 2 different occasions. Rich Aurilia cut into a 2-0 deficit with a solo homer in the 4th inning. And then in the 6th, Ramon Hernandez hit his 2nd home run in as many nights. That 2-run job tied the game at 3. And I'll tell you what, 41-year-old David Wells pitched his arm off. The Point Loma product went 8 innings and kept his team in the game. They went to the 10th inning, tied at 3 with the bases loaded. Mark Loretta lifts a shallow fly to right field. Dustin Moore in foul territory trips over the bullpen mound. Kerry Robinson comes in to score the winning run. Dustin Moore writhes in pain, but the Padres win it 4-3 in 10. More disgrace for the Chicago Cubs. They lost their 2nd straight game to the going-nowhere Cincinnati Reds. Austin Kearns broke up a 2-all tie in the 12th inning with a 2-run homer, and the Reds beat the Cubs 4-3. The Cubs have lost 5 of their last 6 games. By contrast, the Houston Astros celebrated their franchise record 15th straight home win by beating the St. Louis Cardinals, the best team in the majors. Jeff Bagwell supplied the offense with 3 hits and 2 RBI as the Astros complete a 3-game sweep of the Cards 6-4. So speaking of cards, here's how the wild card race shuffles out. The Padres hanging on by the skin of their teeth, trailing by 2.5 games. With the loss, the Cubs fall out of the lead by a half game, and the Giants as well trail by a half game. And the Astros have come from nowhere to lead with just 4 days left in the season. Milton Bradley's behaving badly again, and Major League Baseball suspended the Dodgers outfielder for the rest of the season after he threw a bottle into the stands last night. Bradley was ejected from the game and was also fined an undisclosed amount. Today, Bradley said he would not appeal the 5-game suspension and will seek help to deal with his anger. Some Charger fans may need anger management if the Bolts don't start winning a few games here soon, but who knows? Maybe things could turn around this week against Tennessee. Here's Tim Dwight with pregame analysis.
Both teams have unsuccessful last 2 weeks, and it's kind of a sticking point where it's like, okay, who's going to stand up? Who's going to get off their butt and make a stance here and start determining how the rest of this thing's going to play out in the next couple weeks.
So come on, Chargers, get off your butts and win a game, huh? Finally tonight, this is really finally. We travel to Montreal for the last Major League Baseball game in that city. The announcement came today that the Expos would move to Washington, D.C. next year, so more than 31,000 fans showed up to say au revoir to baseball in Montreal, which is about 10 times the number usually in attendance. Apparently, Canadians aren't too bright because during the 3rd inning, some bonehead threw a golf ball onto the field. You saw it there. Both the Expos and Florida Marlins walked off the field, and umpires delayed the game for 10 minutes. What a way to go out. The Expos lost to the Marlins 9-1, and now it's off to a new city with a new team name and new fans as well.
Boy, what a crazy way to win a game.
For the Padres,
Oh, yeah, that was amazing.
Unbelievable. Final home game at Petco Park is tomorrow night against the Giants. They're still alive in the playoff race.
What do you think he did to his leg?
I don't know, boy. I would hate to speculate as to what happened, but it looked like a knee or an ankle injury or something. He was concentrating on the ball, and then he was going to throw home to try to get the runner, of course, and then just tripped and went down. So, boy, we hope he's okay.
Yeah.
Thanks,
All
Troy.
right, thanks, Troy.
Sure.
Well, that doesn't show it, but we did get some drizzle today.
More wet weather may hit, and when we could see it next in the 7-day forecast.
So, how's the new job, Steve?
It's Mark, sir.
And you know that, Dad.
What happened to Steve? I like Steve.
More refined, more impressive. The redesigned Camry XLE. Now that's moving you forward.
Where every fashion statement ends with an exclamation point. Lazy Boy Furniture Gallery.
You might need 2 chairs. You might need an entire room. Either way, it's a win-win situation during Pick a Pair, Pick a Room. Going on now at Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries.
Ross is playing rough.
I think I'm dying. I really do.
Next Friends. Tonight at 10:30 on KSWB.
Catch a fresh blue-collar TV. Butternut.
I told Grandma she butternut eats so much she's gonna die.
Catch a fresh episode of the hit that continues to redefine comedy.
Ascot. Well, it's no wonder her ascot's so big.
Blue-collar TV. Thursday night at 8 on KSWB.
We moved to California in 1965 because we knew it was the best place to raise our family, and it still is. But now families are being squeezed. Healthcare costs are going up, but wages aren't. College is out of reach. People need help. I want to make health insurance tax deductible, tuition deductible, and give tax incentives to companies that create jobs here in America, not overseas. We need to do these things for our families. I'm Barbara Boxer, and I approve this message.
It's time for the Chrysler 96-hour event, where qualified buyers make no monthly payments till 2005 on all new Chrysler vehicles, including Pacifica, PT Cruiser, the Hemi-powered 300C, and the Town & Country. All backed by our 770 Powertrain Limited Warranty. And now, 0 Plus. Choose PT Cruiser and get 0% financing plus $1,500 in bonus cash for a total savings of up to $6,100. Hurry, no monthly payments till 2005 and September 30th at your local Chrysler dealer.
Well, it looks like our coolest day will be tomorrow. That will also be the last day of September. And then we're going to start warming up as we move towards the weekend into the mid-70s by about Sunday and Monday. As for the inland valleys, well, we're going to have to deal with the fog as we move into the latter part of the weekend. And it could be pretty thick. Visibility's down to a quarter mile or less. That's what we are going to see tomorrow up in our local mountains and out on the coast. We could see even a little bit of drizzle tomorrow morning and maybe a light shower or two out in the East County as this trough starts to exit onto the east.
Fall really is here.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Emmett.
Sure.
That's all the time we have tonight. Thanks for joining us.
Friends is next. See you back here tomorrow night. Have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
WB News at 10 and KSWB 569 are proud to be a part of the Tribune Broadcasting Company, recognized throughout America as a leader in local news.